Going back to Viola's point, see, maybe what I was doing wasn't important to you.
No!
But I was around.
Thank you. It's not about being and not important.
Yeah. Frank Rich came by to see us. Frank came by to see us.
All right, well, I'm going to use this.
Frank.
I'm messing with you, but I ain't.
No, okay. All right, well, I'm going to use this opportunity to show you in a play just to prove that I'm with it.
No, for example.
Shakespeare, that guy.
For example, you know, when I came out of college, I went to study at the American Conservatory Theater.
Right.
Came back here and had 8 lines in Coriolanus.
Right.
Morgan Freeman played Coriolanus. Left that, did Spell No. 7, left that, did Ceremonies and Dark Old Men, left that, worked at Manhattan Theater Club, left that, went to Florida and worked at the Public Theater, 3-4 plays in a row. Henry Street, Soldier's Play, Pulitzer Prize winner, won the Obie as well.
Right, great play.
So all of those things happened. I left in 1982 for what I thought was a 13-week job called St. Elsewhere. 4 children and 25 years later, no, 4 children and 15 years later I came back. Then again, 5 years ago I came back. And really, I'm gonna finish. You be quiet.
All right.
The only reason I didn't come back is because I felt it was more important for me to help my wife raise my children. So you know, you can't do 8 shows a week and fly to California and get back. So I did theater in LA. So
oh, you did? What did you do in LA?
Yeah, I worked at the Taper. I worked at where else did I work? Did a couple of plays there. And in fact, before the first child, would come back and forth. Worked at the what was it, Colonnades. That doesn't exist anymore. Michael Lesak back in those days ran the Colonnades Theater Laboratory. So.
Did you miss being on stage? Was that the reason? Did you find yourself missing?
No, my children now, my youngest are freshmen in college, so I can do it again now.
Right.
It was really as simple as that, as far as coming back to New York was concerned. You know, and who knew? I thought it was going to be a 13-week job, St. Elsewhere.
Turned into that whole big career thing,
you know.
So when you were deciding whether to do Fences or not, what was it the memory? Was it the words? What was the thing that made you?
It was the producer. Scott Rudin came to me with a screenplay of Fences and asked me if I was interested. And I read it, and it reminded me of obviously how great August is. So then I read the play and was reminded even more. And then I came back to Scott. I said, well, you know, I want to do the play first.
First?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I told him. Because I did. No, because I really did. And I'm glad I did. And I'm just happy. We had a run through today. And I was just sitting, after everybody left, just sitting there going, man, I'm having a good time.
Really?
You know, it's like, as Viola said, to have something you can really bite down on, a really fully realized human being, and that challenges you and you're going deeper and deeper. We had great notes Kenny had for us today, and just other things to think about. And that's, you know, you don't get that. You know, the odd thing about success in film is the budgets get bigger, you make more money, but they become more formulaic.
Yes. So
you don't get the opportunity. So God willing, if I stay around long enough, this is what I'm going to be doing. My agent doesn't want to hear this. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. But he doesn't want to hear this. But you know, I plan to do more and more. You know, I love directing and I love theater. So.
Well, the play, I mean, and I'm not an actress, but when you read it, you just are dying to sort of say the lines. You feel like, you know, just even walking around the house, it's so, the language is so incredible. How long was the rehearsal? You've been rehearsing for a month? I mean, because that's a very big difference between plays and movies. You have so much longer to rehearse.
This is our fourth week.
Our 4th week.
And what's that process like? Do you take it apart? Do you do scene by scene? Do you have a...
The process, what is the process like?
Okay.
Repetition.
Really?
That's what the process is like. Every day, you know, it's like peeling an onion. You know, every day is a new discovery. It's, you know, with film, you do it and it's gone. A month later, you could say, oh, crap, I should have done that different. But it's gone. It's over. You know, with theater, you have so many chances to go deeper. have a deeper understanding, and whatever you thought it was is not. So the element of surprise. And of course, with August's language, it takes you to such a surreal place sometimes, because he always mixes the spiritual realm with the realistic realm. And so that gives you a wide berth. You know, it's been wonderful.
Me too. No, it is. I mean, it is. It really, like I said, I was sitting there today going, you know, I'm having the most fun I've had in a good while, and I've never been afforded the opportunity, other than maybe a play like A Soldier's Play, some of the things I did earlier in my career, and excellent films as well. I shouldn't say that, but in the theater, and one of the great playwrights of all time and of our time, it's a privilege, you know, just to those, you know, something Kenny does. Leon, who's a fantastic human being, first of all, and a great director. He has us always in the day in a circle, even if we're ready to scratch each other's eyes out, whatever. But he has us in a circle, and we all say a line from the play, the children, everybody, and you don't have to say your own line. And someone says something inspirational, be it a prayer, whatever. Yeah, and we end together, and we say what, Kenny? August Wilson's Fences.
Peace and love.
Every day. And it's good. It's good. You know, August is alive.
Right.
You know, it's so funny because I left New York to go to LA reluctantly to do a television show, City of Angels. It's Stephen Bochco, kind of all-black drama. It was touted as, where doctors talked about drive-by shootings while they were performing a liver transplant. And, you know, but...
what did you play on the show?
I played Nurse Lynette Peeler, who every week would have one line that she would say behind a mask, you know, OR1. And I remember, like, after 6 months of doing that, I thought, did I go to Juilliard for this? I mean, you die. There's something in you that just dies. And you're collecting a paycheck.
Right.
It wasn't a very, very big one. I got a husband out of it, by the way,
well,
so that was good.
That's a good thing. Was he on the show as well?
Yes, he was the anesthesiologist.
It worked. Say, yeah, baby, let's take some of this here.
That's great.
So, you know, I didn't mean for that to go in that direction, but it's good to mix it up.
Yes.
It's good when this is what is at the end of the rainbow. You know, you do the jobs, you know, sometimes for the money, sometimes for the location, sometimes to work with the other actors, sometimes for the director. And with August, it's about the work, you know?
Yeah. There's a line in, there's not a line, it's a line in The Great Debaters now, but it's something I told my children all the years growing up, and it really had to do with like homework and doing, you know, when they wanted to go out and play first. I said, you do what you gotta do so that you can do what you wanna do. I said, it doesn't work the other way around. You gotta do what you gotta. So we're doing what we wanna do right now.
Right.
In fact, we gotta do it.
Yes.
You know?
Well, what do you think the biggest difference between doing a play and doing, I mean, it's a cliched question, but I'd be interested to know your answer.
I think a part of what Viola just said is that you get to dig deeper and you get another day.
Right.
And you get the energy. You do a movie and there's 200 people that are used to it and they don't care, and everybody's doing their job, and it comes in a theater somewhere, and you're picking your nose at home somewhere, clipping your nails. There's no energy.
Right.
When I was on Broadway 5 years ago with Julius Caesar, I made a decision to sign autographs every night. I don't know what I did. Oh, yeah, it ain't happening this time, no. Only as I rub my knees, only because my knees are bad, it's hard for me to stand. But.
And why did you decide to do that?
Well, you know, I wanted to say thank you. It was my way of saying thank you. And the first night, it was like 5,000 people out there. I said, okay, wait a minute. Everybody who has playbills from our show. So, yeah, because it was like people were just wandering up the block. I was like, wait a minute. I forgot. I'm on, 42nd Street, Times Square. I was like, wait a minute. But honestly,
You were signing for weeks.
The energy, and I was out there hour and a half every night, every
Wow.
show. But the energy you got back, the stories, the 5 little old ladies who just drove in from Detroit. And I'm like, well, what y'all doing tonight? They said, we getting back in the car, baby. We got to go back tonight.